Hey everybody, hope you guys doing alright. I'm just sorry, my head. I woke up with like a headache and just feeling kind of shitty, to be honest with you. Like, a little under the weather or something. This happens to me all the time. I mean, sometimes I think the Most High's, your angels, whatever you want to call it, protective forces, higher vibrational forces, they will, sometimes they can, do things to make you slow down and chill the fuck out. Like, because sometimes I can move too fast or I can do too much, and it's like part of the ways that they, you can look at it as a punishment or as just a way to help, correct your behavior is to, like kind of like bring on some type of a minor, sickness or just, not just a lower energy level, what the fuck it is. I don't know. It could also just be stuff from the enemy that's fucking with me because I'm doing better. I don't know. Yeah, I got a headache and my energy was just super fucking low. I went for a run yesterday, and as soon as I got back from the run, I pretty much passed out. I slept for like 3 hours, and then I was up for another like 4 hours, and then I fucking slept, good solid 8 hours, which is, good for me. Then today I went for another run, and I got back from the run, and I was still feeling just like, just like not normal. Like, so I don't know what's going on, but I just want to apologize, let you all know what's going on real quick, in case I seem a little different. Then like my intuition's telling me like, I was thinking about going back and getting a pizza job just because it's good money, that the work, I mean, it's stable work. It's stable work. It's good work. It's around people I like. Like, I don't mind. I do enjoy making pizzas, and I could do it for another couple of months or 3, 4 months or whatever, just to make some extra cash. That's how I feel about one side of the spectrum. Another side of the spectrum is telling me that I need to focus more energy on finishing this project, because that's what's gonna save the world. Like, every time I take more time off and don't do anything on the project, more children are dying, more animals are dying, the planet's continuing to be destroyed. And it's like, it's like, this really is the most important thing that can be done right now, and it will change everything for everybody. To literally give people an opportunity to do things. First, we got to take care of the problems, but even with the problems, you can pick what problem you want to work on, so it's like, it'll give people the choice to choose a job that's good for the rest of the world, and it's one that they actually want to do, and you're gonna get paid decently. Like, we're gonna make like it's all affordable, so that people will have like the prices, the wages, the rates that people get paid. All of that's going to be in the most harmonious correspondence that I can make it, and I'm willing to get this thing going without, like, I just want a simple, salary for myself. I'm not looking for any type of fortunes or any type of tons of money or anything like that. That's not why I'm doing this. Is doing this to save the world. So like, any of the extra proceeds and profits that I make will go to paying people to expand this movement and to getting this job done. So, yeah, so that's kind of what I'm torn up on. Like, I could stay and continue where I'm at and just do this little day labor thing, because it kind of helps get me going out the door. And, I'm hoping that the work will pick up. It's like the dude who I just worked for a little bit ago, who I had suspicions about, he told me that once the weather cooled, he'd have more work for me. So it's like, we have been going through a heat wave, and he was especially sensitive to it. So perhaps after this little heat wave next week, it should be like under 80 degrees, which is, much cooler than it is now, because sometimes we're getting up to 100 here these past like 10 days or so. So there's a possibility that this next week I could get even more work. And then, excuse me, the dude I worked for just the other day, he also took my number, said he'd have more work for me. So those are things that could be happening relatively soon. And then I could continue to spend as much time, extra, free time on the project, and help get that shit done. So I don't know. Like I said with the last video, if you guys watched all the way to the end, a lot of my choices has to do with, when you're trying, with the particular person, and like what the fuck's going on with that situation. So it's hard for me to know, because I really don't know everything that's going on. So I'm kind of left like, well, what the fuck, it's, then there's also like, I gotta be careful, as we all do, because you gotta, you know what's best for you and the Most High. So it's like, people, they can see you a certain way, and they think from their position, they will present things to you that they feel is the best thing for you to do. But it's always good to question these things, because nobody really knows. Like, nobody knows the connection I have to above, and the things that I see and feel, and the ideas that come to me. And so it's like, only I know that. So I need to make sure that I cherish these things that are coming through my heart, in a sense, just to really hold on to them, and don't let others' views, for whatever reason, influence me in a way that may not be something that's aligned with my heart, because my heart is to save the world. That is what I wake up wanting to do. And I know if I can get this done, it's going to help everybody and everything. Like, so it's like, it's a huge shift. it's a paradigm shift, essentially, is what this, it would change this reality into one that's more aligned with love and goodness, rather than one that's right now, unfortunately, more aligned with destruction and a lot of negativity and misery. So, you know, a part of me really feels like, I think, like right now, I'm feeling like the main thing is for me, I need to finish this project. I don't think I'm that far away, at least getting the first phase done. And, you know, and then once that gets going, that'll be work in itself, but it's going to take a lot of work just to get it built up to the right place, because a lot of this project can be built out of hempcrete, but first we're going to have to grow the hemp, and then we can start building the buildings for other people. So, you know, the longer I wait on this, the more other people die, essentially, is what's going on. So it's like, because of that in itself, I'm inclined to choose that, especially because I don't feel like she's in as much dire need. That's how I feel. I don't feel like she's in a huge dire need for money. I feel like she's more stating that position of wanting me to have a full-time job, because there's something about a female, and like, you know, if your man doesn't have fucking money, how's he gonna be able to provide for you? And I get that, like, I get that. But the issue with that I have is that, like, all that work, all those time spending at another place, like 30 hours a week or something like that, that takes a lot away from the passion I can put into the project. And so it's hard for people to believe, and they might not believe me, and it's not completely true, but a large part of these past 5 to 6 years has been me spent sacrificing myself to figure out what can be done to help out the collective. And if I hadn't made those choices to sacrifice myself and to go on adventures and quests to figure out these things and answer these questions, I wouldn't have the answers that I have. So it's like, I know that even telepathically, I feel like Matthew McConaughey has told me that, like, they don't have the time. Like, nobody has the open, free amount of time and space and cosmic credentials and currency put into this as I do. So it's something that's very rare, and I need to make sure I don't just jump to another, you know, avenue of thought just because I'm worried about da-da-da-da, when that's like, that doesn't even seem like it's a real worry. It's more about her just feeling okay with wanting to be with me because I have money to spend, even though it's like, if we got this going, this would be fucking, you know, the exact same thing, even if perhaps even more. And it would be something that can bring other people together and alleviate tons of pain, misery, and death on the planet. Like, we have people kidnapping kids and fucking selling them in cages and shit every single day. Every single day this is going on. And yet there's still hardly any fucking attention to it, even though there was the whole movie Sound of Freedom, all these actors know this shit's going on, and yet people still aren't really doing anything about it. In my opinion, this should be something, there should be a whole dedication to this every single day, updates on what the fuck's going on and what you can do to help out. But there's not, because that's not what they want. They don't want this shit being out there in the open and with all this attention put onto it, because they start paying attention to that, that's going to take away their power over this whole planet. It's also going to bring humanity back to their higher selves, because they're doing a good thing, instead of just sitting back and doing the same old 9-to-5 bullshit, you know, hamster wheel they've been doing for a long time. And it's gotten us exactly where we are right now. So, all right, y'all take care. Love you guys. Bye.